Hello, Anna and Kylie. Can you please let us know? You are welcome to gift, and we're excited to hear what you have to share with us today. Don't forget to tell us where you're from.
Thank you so much. We are from the United States. We actually are remote students for Southern New Hampshire University. So I am located in St. Louis, Missouri. She's in Florida, I believe. Thank you so much for having us on. It's honestly a pleasure to be able to talk about what we do. So we're going to go ahead and get started with introductions, and then we'll talk about a little bit about what we do individually for our career paths. And then we will go into talking about what sustainability is briefly, and what we're doing together and how it impacts students. So my name is Kiley Church, and I am a psychology student at SNHU. I will be getting my bachelor's degree in psychology with a concentration of mental health counseling. My big passion is social justice, mental health awareness, community development, essentially making sure that the communities around us are thriving, and actually safe. So I have been a part of multiple research projects, both APA and just regular school projects. These are a few of the companies that I am involved with. I do work with a couple nonprofits, as well as a couple other organizations to where I organize book drives. I do webinars like this to teach whatever topic that they want me to teach on, whether it be sustainability, mental health, psychology, whatever. Um, and I am also, I used to be a marketing manager. So I help business owners with training documents, contracts, sales development for their teams. I also work with students on helping them with resumes, content, stuff like that. So that's a little bit about me. These clubs right here are the ones that I am a part of and or have founded. Inside the Mind is a research, and so is the psychological one. Let's see. We'll go to Anna.
Hi, everyone. Thank you again for having us here with you. My name is Anna Duarte, and I am currently serving as one of the student team lead at Southern New Hampshire University. I'm pursuing my bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a concentration in criminology and crime analysis. One of the highlights of my academic journey so far has been interning at the Washington Center during the 2025 US presidential inauguration. It was a great opportunity that allowed me to gain firsthand experience in leadership, public service, and national level operations. Throughout my time at Southern New Hampshire University, I've been deeply involved in student leadership and advocacy, always focused on promoting equity, justice, and sustainable change. My background in criminal justice gives me the unique lens for understanding how policies and systems impact our communities, and I use that knowledge to inform the work I do as an online student. This role as a student leader has been more than just a title, it's just a commitment to creating a better future for all of us, grounded in justice, awareness, and action. And every year, I also participate in the Black History Month to honor the resilience, the achievements, and contributions of Black individuals throughout history. It is a time to celebrate the progress while recognizing the work that still needs to be done. And for me, this aligns deeply with leadership and advocacy because true leadership means, amplifying voices that have been silenced and standing up for justice, equity, and understanding. I would say advocacy is just, it's not just a moment, it is also the commitment to learning, engaging, and talking, taking action to build a future where fairness and equality are the standard, not the exception. And in criminal justice and psychology, I come to see that leadership is just about not only big ideas, it's also about taking the steps that makes a real difference in people's life. So it means understanding the challenges people face and working towards solutions that create fairness and promote well-being. So to me, sustainability is also about building systems that last, ones that continue to support the justice, mental health far into the future. So it's also making sure that the work we do today has an impact on all of us, and also envisioning a future shaped by justice and compassion. I think it's really important to remember that. Then working to build a system that will make it a reality, not just for today, but also for generations to come. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Kylie, so you can go over sustainability.
So, what is sustainability? Sustainability is about meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own, right? It's a guiding principle for creating balance in the economy, society, and in the environment. It's often referred to the three pillars of sustainability. These pillars are all connected, and true sustainability can't exist without considering each other. In the next few slides, I will actually break down each of the pillars and explain how they work together to promote a more sustainable future. So let's talk about environmental sustainability. In simple terms, it's about using our resources in a way that does not harm the planet, ensuring future generations can still enjoy the Earth's beauty and resources. As you can see in the chart, examples of environmental sustainability include things like renewable energy instead of fossil fuels, recycling instead of composting to reduce waste, conserving water, replanting trees, to fight the deforestation, and supporting sustainable farming. It also involves reducing our carbon footprint by choosing eco-friendly transportation and cutting down on single-use plastics to keep our home and our oceans clean. All of these actions we take can make sure that we're doing, all these actions we take, we need to make sure we're doing to protect our planet. And as you can see, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are a great guide to ensuring that we are on track of taking care of the environment and providing clean water, promoting renewable energy, and creating sustainable cities to reduce waste. This also includes climate change, protecting marine life, preserving forests and ecosystems. These goals aren't just ideas, but they're a roadmap for making real, lasting impact on our planet's future. And they all tie into a bigger part of sustainability, which is ensuring that the Earth remains a thriving home for generations to come. Next, we have social. This concept is all about creating communities where people can truly thrive and have equal access to opportunities, regardless of their background. On the chart, social sustainability involves promoting social equity, meaning everybody should have access to the same opportunities, whether it's education, healthcare, employment, whatever. It's about making sure communities are safe and inclusive where everyone feels welcome. Social sustainability ensures access to basic needs like housing, food, healthcare, and no one should be left behind. It's about strong social networks where individuals can connect and support each other, creating a sense of belonging in the community. It encourages participation. It gives everyone a voice in decisions that affect their lives and their futures. The United Sustainable Development Goals include goals that support social sustainability like poverty eradication, ensuring education for all, promoting gender equality. Goals like these are crucial to building communities where everybody can thrive. These goals provide a framework for ensuring social sustainability. It basically creates inclusive communities that can help handle challenges and provide opportunities for everybody. Excuse me. Now let's talk about economic sustainability. This is all about creating an economy that can keep growing without depleting on the resources it relies on. It's about balancing economic growth with responsible resource use so future generations can survive too. For example, investing in renewable energy not only helps the environment, but also creates long-term jobs and economic growth. A big part of this is fair trade, which supports small businesses and workers developing countries, help them all build sustainable economies. But we also need to focus on consumption. We need to make choices that consider long-term impact, like using sustainable materials or investing in efficient infrastructure. A key part of this is creating green jobs and industries like clean energy, waste management, which are all good for both the economy and the environment. Plus, the financial inclusion ensures that everyone has access to resources like banking and loans, especially in underserved communities. Now I'll turn it back over to Anna so she can speak about how to be a leader and an advocate.
Thank you, Kylie. So, yeah, how to be a leader or advocate. So, let's talk about stepping into leadership and advocacy. And again, leadership isn't just about taking on big titles, it's also about leading huge movements, and that's what it's all about. It's about the small, meaningful actions we take every day to inspire and influence others positively. Leadership can also happen anywhere. It can happen at home, community, or in a global scale. Um, so, how can we practice leadership and advocacy in your own life? Well, here's some practical steps that to get started. For example, to begin with building a community. Start a club or a group that focuses on a cause, on a cause you are passionate about. Like we spoke before, the clubs and organizations that we have helped bring it into our university. Bringing people together to share ideas and energy is often where the biggest changes begin. So, organizing events or campaigns, hosting a campaign, an event, or even a discussion is a great way to raise awareness and get others involved in making a difference. Social media, we are in a world where social media is a big deal. We can amplify our message there to connect with people around the world, use it to inform, engage, and inspire others. I think it's a great action that we can all take. Expanding your network as well. Reach out to like minded people. That's what we've been doing at school. We have reached out to so many minded people that are our mentors today, people that share our vision. So, learning from others and collaborating can take efforts to the next level for sure. Advocating for change where we are, whether it's in the workplace, school, or local community, we have to speak up when something matters. When we start conversations, introducing ideas, or taking action, that will create a better environment for everyone for sure. So remember, leadership also begins with your willingness to take the first step, no matter how small it might seem. If we move to the next slide, Kylie, please. I want to talk about how leadership and advocacy can drive sustainability. And it's pretty amazing when you think about the wave of impact one person's actions can have in the community. First, let's talk about raising awareness. Leaders can bring attention to critical issues. Think climate change or waste reduction. They help people understand why these issues matter and they spark important conversations. Have you ever noticed how a passionate voice can shift the way people see things? That's the power of awareness. So there's also mobilizing resources. Imagine a project that needs funding, volunteers, or tools to succeed. Leaders are the ones who rally people and resources together to bring ideas to life. So it's like being the glue that holds a mission together and makes the process possible. Now, there's my favorite part, inspiring action. Great leaders don't just take action themselves, they inspire others to get involved too. Have you ever felt motivated by someone else's enthusiasm? That's what we're talking about here. Leaders can create a powerful effect that keeps growing. And let's not forget leading by example. The best leaders show us what's possible by practicing sustainable habits themselves, whether it's reducing waste, saving energy, or rethinking consumption. They set a standard that encourages others to follow. Leadership can also, like I say, it can start with something small, but impacts grows bigger with every action. So the future of sustainability depends on leaders willing to take the first step and inspire others to walk alongside them. If we move to the next slide, this is just a little bit of our work in action. This is where everything we have shared so far truly comes alive. Kylie and I turn ideas into action at our university. We partnered with the Office of Sustainability to lead events that brought attention to environmental responsibility. corporate accountability, and student engagement. Kylie led the planning and presenting, while I focused on promotion, team support, and making sure of our outreach truly connected with the campus community, online and campus community. Beyond the events, we have both worked together on academic work that pushes conversational forward, like our ongoing forensic psychology series, Inside the Minds. It's a big one. We have explored high profile cases, developed research methods, and created engaging content that guided presentations that challenge how people think about criminal behavior and mental health. And I would say this work is just not academic, it's also personal, it's meaningful, and it's a build to inspire learning. We have also built something lasting by co-founding four students organizations that reflect different aspects of sustainability, from supporting women in public safety throughout the Frontline Heroes Club, advancing reproductive justice, and encouraging creative expression throughout the Drama Club. And in summer of 2025, we are launching, hopefully, the Caregivers Community, which is a support space based on research and student needs. So, in every role, from club president, leadership mentors, we have focused on empowering others, sharing the knowledge, creating opportunities. So, it's just not about the title, we are leads. No, it's about service, the collaboration, and showing what's possible when students take initiative. So, this work has shaped who we are, and I will say more importantly, it has helped shape a stronger, more connected, and more sustainable online and campus community. I will pass it over to you, Kylie, if you want to add something to our work.
No, I think you covered it pretty well. I will just say that the one thing that I learned through leadership is that it's not about gaining control or power. It's more so about uplifting and providing and supporting those around you. And if you can do that, then you're a true leader in my eyes. But I know we're getting close on time. So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with a simple call to action. Choose one action today on your screen that you can commit to, no matter how small. Whether it's something like reusable water bottles, walking or biking instead of driving, or supporting local sustainable businesses. These small changes make a big difference over time. It's important to remember that sustainability isn't just something we talk about, it's something we do every day, and it's involved in every career path that you could go on. So I encourage you today to think about one action and stick with it. Small steps add up, and when many people make small changes, they can create a huge impact. Um, Thank you all for joining us today. It's been an absolute honor to present with you and share ideas on how we can all contribute to a more sustainable future. I do hope you feel inspired to take action and make a positive difference in your own lives and in your own communities. Together, we can change what we want to see. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you, everyone, for having us. It was a true honor and pleasure to be here today with all of you.
Well, that was very well presented. I wanted to take a moment and show you all the mind maps I was drawing. You unleashed.
I love that.
Great ideas. And more importantly, you reframed a lot of static ideas into a dynamic matrix that, frankly, I wouldn't have imagined myself. So bravo, excellent analysis.
Thank you so much.
But I do have.
I hope we didn't go over on time for you guys.
No, I think we have a few minutes.
Okay, cool.
I do have one question for you. I'm not a math guy, but I am a patterns guy, right? So I love the iceberg and the three overlapping functions of sustainability, the environmental, social, and economic. And I'm intrigued by how you define in that matrix leadership, which I see is the triangle in the middle of that Venn diagram, with sustainability on the outside because it touches everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the equation for the relationship between leadership and advocacy? Reverse those. Because, I mean, they both support each other and they're both necessary. If you had to pick one concept of what makes a good leader who can then also become a great advocate, is there a line that you draw between those
Yeah,
as a
I think
psychologist
so.
and a or a criminal scientist? Go ahead.
It could be different based on everybody's personal opinion, but my personal opinion is that an advocate uses their voice to speak up, and that might not necessarily mean that they're bringing everybody else with them. You know, some people might like to talk, and that's great. An advocate might go to a protest or whatever. A leader is someone who brings everybody around them with them, right? A leader is somebody who is like, okay, so my group needs a guest speaker. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to talk to 30 people until I find one person to get a guest speaker. Or, you know, I've noticed that this team member is, you know, kind of feeling down lately. I'm going to talk to them and see if there's anything that I can do to motivate them or to get them back on track. So to me, an advocate is someone who just voices, you know, speaks up, which is great. We need that because some people aren't born natural leaders. But a leader is somebody who truly cares about the people around them and not just themselves. Like I said, I don't think a leader is somebody who just craves control and power. I think a leader is somebody who truly believes that their success relies on the success of everybody around them. Anna, what do you think?
Thank you.
Yeah, I absolutely will say the same. I think a strong leader is not only someone who be like leading a team or just say, I am the leader of this community. No, because when you combine advocacy together, you are the voice of many people that might not have the chance to speak up. So I think that's the beautiful relationship that is between being a leader and an advocate as well, that you use both to speak up. And like I say in one of the presentations, so many voices have been silenced. And when you have the opportunity to be in front of others, then why not using both together to bring the message and to bring resilience and awareness in the community? So it is our goal. It's been a part of our journey that we have in the school and outside the school as well, like combining both together to be an
Mm-hmm.
influence, but also to help take action out there.
Good, because I have a few more questions for you.
Go ahead.
My friend Julie and I both agree on this, is that this is packaged in a very lovely package. And the three areas of effect and impact that I see as most important is culture, that is the environmental and social impact. And the other one is investment, which is the economic and environmental one. And lastly, it's that beautiful concept of diversity and opportunity, that interface between social and economics comes in. I think you guys should start considering a master class on intro to reframing our culture to look at sustainability as a real tool to transform culture, which will then push the economy, which will then make it possible for people to advocate not only for others, but for themselves. Because that's really, for me, the equation of leadership is they are advocates, but they are advocates for a mission and to the people beneath them. And the number one role of a leader, in my opinion, is driving the mission. But the second one is mentorship, right? Allowing advocates to understand their power and exercise it without danger and become great leaders that then grow the economy because they understand that leadership is a skill that has to be honed. And I think that's such an important message for this particular time in our country and the world. Beautifully presented. And I love the way that your background fed into this. It was very nice. The psychological motivation and the criminal and uh, uh, activity motivations that drive this. Because it's not criminal not to be sustainable, but it is cruel because it doesn't impact you as much as it's going to impact the children that we advocate and lead. So I think this is a great toolkit for being a global citizen and making a difference. And it is one raindrop at a time because raindrops are magnetic. All the other raindrops flow with it. And suddenly you have a river, but you need to be the raindrop. And I think you both highlighted how both leaders and advocates are raindrops, and they need to think about the river, not
Mhm.
the impact on the ground. Nicely done.
Thank you.
I mean, another way of looking at it is the ripple effect, right? So thank you so
Absolutely.
much for this wonderful reminder and insightful presentation that I really am looking forward to also sharing after we have the recording in a week, because this is something that is very, very valuable.
Well, thank you
Also,
so much for having us on. Honestly, it's a privilege, and we just hope that we can inspire just a few people today. So
I've been flipping back and forth between Zoom and YouTube just to look at your slides again. And you presented well, but it was a dense amount of information. But it was spectacular. And I'll be watching
we
it
knew we
again.
couldn't talk forever, so we tried to put as much on the slides as we could, and then just speak briefly on them, so you guys could go back and screenshot or whatever you want to do.
The
You
honor
sign
was
up
ours.
again.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would love to hear from you again. I mean, book for an hour so that you can speak
I
really
got
for
you.
a long time.
We
Julie
will be
actually was
honored
the one
and
who
happy.
invited us.
I support that, Alaville.
Julie actually invited us. I have been posting events on my LinkedIn about the sustainability and, you know, all the other organizations I'm in. And she's like, hey, do you want to come present a gift? And I'm like, sure. So anytime you guys want to have us, we'll be happy to be back.
Great.
Great.